Starfield is coming sooner than we all think. For some odd reason we are still talking about Starfield being delayed again. I'm seeing a lot of fellow content creators claim this and a bunch of commenters on my own channel claiming the same thing, but I think we officially have proof that Starfield hasn't been delayed again, and in fact it's coming sooner than we think. Very quickly before the comments get spammed with it, yes, we are going to talk about the Microsoft layoffs right at the end of the video, but with that said, let's get straight to the news. These recent leaks from China recently revealed a new marketing from Starfield. These images here show box art for the Xbox Series X and S, clearly with Starfield on them. Marketing has officially started, guys, and I'm willing to bet that we will see more marketing in the US, UK, and in Australia very soon. Now, to back this up even further, Bethesda's website was very recently updated, specifically on the Starfield page of the website. Of course, we've spoken about this before, so I'll just go over it very quickly. Basically, the website is now offering support for refunds, purchases, although you can't actually pre-order the game yet, amongst a bunch of other stuff, including a new section that says coming first half of 2023. Again, reconfirming that Starfield hasn't been delayed for a second time. And in case you've been living under a rock and somehow missed it, on top of all of this, a Starfield event has of course officially been announced by Bethesda themselves, not to be confused with Xbox's Developer Direct, an upcoming Xbox showcase that Starfield is officially skipping. Instead, Bethesda are currently planning a separate event just for Starfield, where they will likely tell us the release date. I would assume that this showcase/event is happening in February, but that is just speculation, do not take my word on it. And now to add even more proof to the pile, YouTuber King David, who I personally have never heard of, but I know a lot of people do apparently know him according to my Discord, recently tweeted a picture of himself and Todd Howard with the quote, "When Starfield is shipping on time, you just know." Obviously hinting, or at least to me looks like he's hinting, that he probably asked Todd Howard, hey, is Starfield still coming out in the first half of this year? And Todd Howard probably reconfirmed it once again. So yes, Starfield is still releasing in the first half of 2023. Now, I know a while ago we was entertaining the idea of another delay, but this was way before Christmas when we had zero news coming out and it was a very dry era. But with all of this new evidence, I don't see how you can think another delay is approaching us. Look, I may be wrong, I just very highly doubt that Starfield will get another delay. If you ask me, I would bet that Starfield could have released in November on its originally planned release date. I think it just would have been fairly buggy, much like how both Skyrim and Fallout 4 were on their launches. Buggy, but still playable. In my opinion, the only difference with Starfield is two main factors. Number 1, Microsoft now owns Bethesda. 2 weeks before the delay was announced, we know that somebody from Microsoft visited Bethesda Game Studios to check on how the games were doing. The games in question of course being Starfield and Redfall. I think again, Starfield could have released just fairly buggy, but this time Microsoft stepped in and said nope, it's not good enough, polish it up, we'll delay, and get a better launch. Now, the second reason I believe they chose to delay was to save reputation. After the hot mess that was, and let's be honest, still is, Fallout 76, Bethesda need a win, a big win at that, because their rep has been taking a giant hit in the last few years, all thanks to Fallout 76, so I do believe that another reason Microsoft and Bethesda agreed to delay Starfield was to try and have a perfect launch and just sort of save face. Bethesda and Todd Howard himself would have seen the giant backlash of Cyberpunk's awful release too, and I think that sort of knocks some sense into them also. But again, marketing has started, guys, and I am beyond excited to finally see Bethesda and what they have in store for us. I have been dreaming about playing Starfield since its trademark was first leaked back in like 2013 or something ridiculous. I've been dreaming of a good open world space RPG since I was a little kid and first played Morrowind, which was my first real RPG for those of you who don't know. I'm just so excited for this Starfield event. I think we will see an announcement of this event's date at Developer Direct, maybe. I think that this Starfield event will come in either early or late February, and I think Bethesda will show off another small segment of the game, much like the one I'm showing in the video now, the fight on Crete that you always see in my videos. I think that we will finally see the new release date, probably coming in either late April or early June. The reason I doubt Starfield will drop in May is because that is where Redfall is heavily suspected to release, due to some viable leaks. And let's face it, if Starfield drops in the same month as Redfall, nobody is going to be playing Redfall, everyone's just going to be playing Starfield. I will say that I do think one of the reasons a lot of people suspect that Starfield has gotten another delay is obviously because we still don't know the release date and the game is supposed to drop within the next few months, but keep in mind Todd Howard has stated plenty of times before that he would love to announce a game and have it out in a ridiculously short window. So it does look like Todd will finally get his dream of having a very short window between release date announcement and the actual release date of said game, which is fitting since Starfield is Todd's dream game that he's wanted to make for over 25 years now. And lastly, I do want to take a moment to of course discuss the Microsoft layoffs that are apparently affecting Bethesda. For those of you who aren't aware, I'll go over it very quickly. Microsoft recently announced that they are laying off 10,000 people, or basically they're firing 10,000 people. I do want to say that no, Starfield won't be affected by this. The game is already done, it's made, it's finished. If they're even still working on it, they'll just be fixing bugs. I promise you, Starfield will not be affected by this. But honestly, Starfield is the least of my worries here. It's a video game, and yes, we're all obviously very excited, I am especially, but there are more important things to take away from this news. 10,000 people have lost their jobs, these people have bills to pay, children to feed. Starfield frankly should be the last things on our minds when we discuss this. I don't want to go too far into it because honestly I don't have much else to say besides the fact that yes, it of course upsets me. I've been fired for stupid reasons before at previous jobs, and I feel for these people and I hope that they find work as soon as possible. If you want to learn more about this stuff, I heavily recommend checking out Lone Wanderers' video on the subject. He goes over it all in very good detail and he used to work for Bethesda, so I think that his video is probably the most genuine one out there discussing this news, so I'll tag his channel in the description below along with a link to that video. But yeah, of course this news isn't exactly great, but let's not use it as an excuse to discuss Starfield and start worrying about Starfield. 10,000 people losing their jobs is a little bit more important than us enjoying a video game. I mean, you know, in the grand scheme of things. Anyway, I do want to just say that I really do wish nothing but the best for people that have been affected by this. I hope that they find work as soon as humanly possible, and I truly do feel for you because I have been in your shoes. Either way, I am very excited about all of the new marketing from Starfield and the recent Starfield news. I truly cannot wait to see what Bethesda have in store for us during the Starfield event. As I said earlier, I think we will probably see the event in early or late February, but that is just speculation on my part. Anyway guys, that is all I really have to say today. Just to update everyone on the new China leaked marketing, give my thoughts on these new delay discussions, and of course the upsetting Microsoft news. Let me know when you think we will see the Starfield event, or better yet, when you think we will see Starfield release in the comments below. Please do drop the video a like for me, consider subscribing if you are looking for a place to stay frequently up to date on Starfield news, leaks, discussions, speculation, and plenty of other Bethesda focused content. As always, I thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one.